Welcome back to the show while we talk over each other.
Yes, I'm Jayson.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Josh.
Unfortunately.
And to Josh, you left the studio door open.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right.
For someone to pop in here.
And welcome back to what is still called This Movie Sucks, where, somebody had the job of coming up with a new title and served us up something that's already been done. So we're back to the drawing board on that. So for now.
It would have been 10 whole seconds maybe of research, and that's too much for him. I was thinking maybe we could call it Josh Sucks.
I'm okay with that.
I think that would be great. It's the only way I'll allow his name in the title.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So, for the time being, our title of our show is not really matching what we're talking about on the show, because today
last night
we are talking about the movie we saw last night, which was the new Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because we all saw it together, we now realize that, never mind. Cut that out, Josh.
Drinking?
He doesn't actually
stop drinking.
He doesn't actually cut things out.
I've noticed.
It's kind of just rolling.
Yeah. So I don't know about you guys, but I felt some. Well, I'll start like this. Jack, I don't think you were part of this conversation. We had a discussion after you left about the difference between camp and cheese.
It's true, we did.
This is one thing I was going to bring up too. Because I was going to say,
Of course, he already thought of it.
Evil Dead has never been a franchise that particularly took itself super seriously. Like, that's kind of one of the whole aspects of the whole thing, is that it doesn't do that. It's scary and it's, gory and brutal, but then there's also, like, kind of humorous parts.
Just two questions on that note. Have you seen the original trilogy?
A long time ago.
Okay.
It's insulting of you to ask.
Have you either of you seen Ash vs. the Evil Dead?
Yes, I've seen that.
I
Okay.
have not.
Well, see, this is why it's not insulting for me to ask. Anyways, what I'm trying to get to is, I would agree with you on most part, except for the first Evil Dead that was made on the no budget original Evil Dead. I believe it was made in 1979. That one was entirely supposed to be a serious horror movie. There was no campy elements in that whatsoever.
Okay.
Whatever elements of comedy are in it are just because of the really low budget, like the effects that you can see. But honestly, I still think it's a scary movie. Like, I watched it with a girl once who was not a horror movie fan at all, and it scared the crap out of her. So, I mean,
the original?
Yeah, the original. Yeah, because it's still got all the, all the horror elements you need. It's just that the effects haven't aged super well. But after that, Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness definitely
Leaned into it.
It leaned into the camp, but in a good way, and that's what we were talking about, to come full circle,
maybe I've
Jack.
never seen that original one, because I've seen the other.
Probably, yeah.
There's no way.
Maybe, I don't know. It's been a long time.
But yeah, Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness leaned into the camp pretty hard, but in a good way. And that's what we were saying about the movie last night, is that it leaned into the cheese. Not so much campy, but just like some of the lines where like they would just stop what they're doing to be like,
Your mother's with the maggots now.
yeah, like things like that. And it was just like, there's too many of those moments where you're just like, okay, this is where the sound cuts out and she says something creepy, And they should not have aped Bruce Campbell's line. If I could swear, I would. I could, but I don't want to do the work. So I'm just going to say...
Cooler if you did. That's worse.
Yeah.
Are you gonna animate black boxes over here?
Well, it seemed to me like they were trying
You gotta
to
do the work now, buddy.
recreate that "your sister's getting moved in hell" line like 40 times throughout this movie. And like that line has punch because it's the only thing like that in that first one.
Right.
It's really creepy. It's disturbing. And in this one, they tried to do it like 5 different times where the mom's like just says something really creepy to the kid, but it like misses, it doesn't really land.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It was too much cheese.
I love cheese.
I will say the only part when they aped Bruce Campbell's line, "Come get some," the only part that I did like, and I will agree with you, was when she slipped and fell on her butt because like that was hilarious.
That was gonna be the worst part of the film if she didn't fall.
Yeah,
right afterwards.
that was pretty funny. I was thinking about it, why they keep trying to push female protagonists in the Evil Dead franchise, and I was like, why are they doing that? And I think I know why. I think in their minds, because Bruce Campbell is such an iconic actor and he has such an iconic role in the franchise, that if they tried to have a lead male actor compete with that, everyone's just going to be like, it's not Bruce Campbell, you know? But if you have it as a female, then you can't really do the not Bruce Campbell because it's a different gender, you know what I mean?
I will say though, she wasn't Bruce Campbell.
That's true. She was not Bruce Campbell. It's weird though that they really tried to do the female Bruce Campbell thing twice in both Evil Dead remakes. I don't believe you guys saw the 2016 one.
I have. What are you putting that on?
Didn't we
Josh?
just talk about this last night?
And I told you yes, I have, and I liked it.
Chloe and I that haven't seen.
Oh, right. I thought you
better was a good person to be confused with. That's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah.
I like.
So you know what I'm talking about then? They tried to do the female Bruce Campbell thing with like in the 2016 one, she gets her hand cut off.
They kind of bait and switch you with you think the main character is going to be the dude, but
In
then
the 2016 one?
Yeah, and then it's not. Then he dies, and it's her.
That's what they did in the original.
No.
What? It starts with like this one guy you think's gonna be the main character, and then it turns out to be Ash.
Oh, you're talking about Evil Dead, like the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, kinda, yeah. I mean, he does disappear in the second half of the movie. It's weird, because in the original Evil Dead, there wasn't really a protagonist throughout most of the film, but then towards the end, just kind of by default, because there's no one left, it ends up being Bruce Campbell, and then he literally goes on to star in the franchise. It's hilarious.
Is the second? So I'm assuming there'll be a third remake too, but the second original movie is like this new one, or are they completely different?
The second
So
original?
the 2016 remake
Mm-hmm.
is a remake. So the original Evil Dead, they're in a cabin in the woods and find the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this movie we just watched a remake of the second one?
No, not at all. Not
That's
even
what
close.
Okay, I was gonna say, because aren't they supposed to be a continuous storyline?
Also, no.
No.
Somewhat.
I mean, the original 3 kind of, but the 2 remakes have nothing to do with either of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because my question was how the book be in the cabin and in this bank/church vault.
This, I believe,
Spoiler
would
alert!
not be.
Spoilers.
yeah, this was supposed to be a remake. Evil Dead Rise was.
So they're just telling you this origin story again in a different way.
Basically, yeah. I mean, what I understand, I don't know if the Evil Dead 2016 just didn't do well, if it just whatever, but
I don't know.
it got great reviews.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, they just decided to move past it and remake it. Also, the drone thing at the beginning was so stupid. Oh my god.
The only reason for that.
Can we have a slap meter? I'm gonna put a swear and a slap meter.
We need a jar. The only reason for that scene
The flies.
of flies. Oh, haha, very funny. Good record. The only reason for that scene was to set up sequels, I feel like. And then it sort of wraps around at the end. It's not.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. They're gonna try to do.
Didn't relate to the story at all.
No, they're gonna try to do a cinematic universe or
Oh,
something.
Jesus. Wait, can I say Jesus Christ?
Yes.
I got kicked out of a place for swearing once for saying Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious.
Well, that's
It was a mental hospital.
that kind of. I guess maybe we're getting maybe a little into
wasn't the
into the weeds with it, but I mean, I was curious as to like so. How, the demon spreads by like you open the book and then it
Well, he read the
tackles
record.
somebody or played the record in this one. Yeah, but yeah.
In the
the
original,
record was the priest reading.
in
from
the
book.
original,
Yeah.
it was a tape. It was like
Tape, yeah.
one of those tapes that spins. You put it in a. Yeah, but it's the same thing. Once.
Tape. So tape.
Like a cassette tape?
No,
reel? You mean like a
it was
reel?
yeah, it was a reel. Yeah, like a.
Like film?
No, it kind of looks like film, but it's like a real. never mind.
It's not a real thing. You're making it up.
Well, apparently the movie made it up
I think
then.
it's the precursor to cassettes.
Yes.
Yeah.
An 8-track?
Even before that. But
Yeah.
Nothing existed before 8. Wait, records. Records were before 8.
Oh my god. Anyways, in the original, that's what it was, and
Yeah.
they played it, and then it summoned the spirit.
It seemed way easier to understand why it does what it does in the 2016 one.
In the 2016 one, the hippie dude just reads the words.
Yeah, and it comes back. That
Yeah.
makes. In this one, it doesn't go for the person who read them. I guess it doesn't in that one either, right?
I don't believe it does in the original either, does it?
It just comes. You like summon it to
No,
the area.
you just summon it, and then it just picks someone at random. And I mean, the Evil Dead movies have always kind of been like, there's no rhyme or reason to the evil. It's just chaos. It picks whoever it wants for whatever reason.
Right.
Which they went out of their way to say in dialogue in Evil Dead Rise.
Did they?
I believe so.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Also,
But I mean, there's got to be some kind of rules to how it spreads. Like, why
Yeah.
did the chick who enters the parking garage at the end catch it? Because there was blood in the air or something?
that's what I thought was really dumb, because
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna set it up like that there was still a piece of the thing left that she was gonna like reach over and touch or something, or she was gonna. Also, I just have to say this because it literally brought the movie down 2 points for me when it happened. How in God's name did this woman sleep through shotgun blasts, demons from hell?
Well, that's the thing I said. When she walked down, I was like, where has she been? An earthquake happened.
Yeah.
Guys, she was on the 5th floor.
Also, how did she get down? There's no stairs in the elevators.
There were no stairs to the top floor. She was in a different floor. Suspend your disbelief, man.
It was like
Force powers.
Yeah, it was like at the end of the movie. That lady looked like the richest white chick I've ever seen, and she's
Yeah,
living
that
in
was
like
a
this
continuity
dump.
issue.
Yeah.
They're like, we're the only people left living in this crap hole.
And she's like,
and then
oh my
this,
God,
like,
do
very
do.
like well-kept lady who looks wealthy walks down into the garage.
Going to the beach now, Evil Dead. It was like the stupidest thing I've
She
ever
was
seen.
driving like a late 80s, early 90s Volkswagen Golf. So, I mean,
Related areas.
rich white ladies don't drive those, probably.
It was her
Maybe.
beater, okay?
Luke's putting a vagina on my head.
It was in great condition. I am not helping my point.
No. I'm just saying that ruined the friggin' movie, pretty much the ending to the movie for me, because it was so unbelievably stupid, and all for the sake of a wraparound story that didn't need to exist at all. The movie
Yeah.
should have just started in the bathroom at the concert.
Right.
Yeah.
Why
that would've
did
been way
we
better.
have this wraparound?
Yeah.
The
I
only
agree
thing-
with you on that. Didn't need to be there.
Only thing I could think was that was filmed after the fact, and they were like, well, we need to make sure that there's something that can tie this into a possible sequel.
Whenever you can tell that that's why a scene was added to a movie, it just is such a negative mark against it. Like because it's just a money thing. It's like, we need to ring this for
Entirely.
more money, so let's add a completely irrelevant scene that takes away from
Just
the
in
point.
case your film does well.
Yeah, because you can tell the original vision was it starts in the bathroom, it ends with her picking up the chainsaw,
Right.
you know, and then they're like, oh well, we got to make sure that there's enough room for sequels, you know, and they're like, well, how do we do that? Like they defeated it at the
There
end.
was
They're like, well, it
plenty of room
doesn't.
for sequels. Where was the book at the end?
Sure,
Right, they
sure.
just left it
They
there.
didn't need
Exactly.
to do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. But for whatever reason, they decided that they did, and it ruined the freaking movie for me.
My other question was the apartment building was built or retroed on top of an old bank
Yes.
that had been sealed off, and then was the book in a lockbox?
Yeah,
of
like
the
a
bank? It looked like
lockbox.
an altar though. Was it also an old church, then made into a bank, then made into?
No, it looked like it was a lockbox.
Doesn't he reach down into like the broken front part of like what looks like some type of altar?
It looked like lockboxes to me. Like someone.
That's where he got the
Well, because they
records.
mentioned on the record, hide this wherever you can. There's no way to stop the evil. So someone obviously came into possession of it and they hid it. The best way you really can, a lockbox in a big bank.
It's just weird. Maybe it's because like it collapsed, so it looks weird.
There was that Jesus.
Yeah, well, and there
I
was
don't know why the Jesus would be
all
there.
the crosses hanging from the ceiling.
That was
made me
also weird.
Feel like it was.
Crosses hanging
There
from
were
the
a lot of
ceiling?
crosses hanging.
The
from the
I remember the
necklaces.
giant "Hello Jesus" moment. It was a literal "Come to Jesus" moment.
It was
Well,
Jesus come to
that's
you.
what threw me
Yeah.
off. I was wondering why a giant crucifixion piece was in a bank. The one that almost crushes.
Yeah.
America.
Also,
'Cause America, baby.
I just thought of this. There's a whole damn record of this guy saying, "I just murdered all of my friends and I'm about to die because I can feel myself being possessed." How did the book get into a bank?
What?
But
Somebody
none
else got the record and listened to it and
Well,
got
yeah.
the book.
Someone
If they
found
listened
his
to the
stuff.
record, that would have happened to them.
Not if you listen to the last record, the one that says hide this book.
They didn't listen to that one first because they listened to it in order, record 1 and record 2.
What? Yeah, the main characters, because they were dumb.
Always start with record 2.
Yeah, I would never start with the first record of anything. Well, no, record 2 was the one with the recording.
Yeah, I would
believe.
start with one and not do the rest.
Yeah, especially if I
He
see
would have
this
been
book.
safe if he never put the second record
Creepy
in.
book. It's got teeth. It bites me, and then there's this guy on a record saying, "Whew, wow, this looks to be the Book of the Dead. Oh, I'm gonna try to translate it, and I'll record it on the next record." So if you want to unleash it, play that. You know what? Nope, put it away.
Yeah, a lot of weird elements. The more you think about it, the more it's just kind of like, what?
A lot of films are like that.
Also, little girl with the walking door scene. That was
Why
some
did
of the.
she open the? Why did she open the door?
That was
My
kind
son
of
wouldn't
stupid.
open
Like
the door for me if I was being creepy, even if I were not possessed.
she just watched her.
He'd open the
kill-
door for me.
She just watched her kill like 5 people, including trying to kill all of them. And she's like, "Oh, she's different now."
Wait. Her actual words, I believe, were, "I thought she got better."
Yeah, that was a
You
little.
can see her eyes.
She's like missing half her face and she's all blue and she's like, "I thought she got better." Oh my god, so much stupid.
I did like the actress who played the mom. She did a good job of being a creep.
Yeah.
Demon lady.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see that it was like called Aragon? It was about a dragon or something.
Oh yes, I liked
I
the
read
book a lot.
Was
The
she-
movie
as a
was
kid.
not
Was
that
she-
I
great.
did
in
not
the
watch
movie?
film.
I don't know.
I thought she might have been the elf chick in that movie because she would have been like early 20s when that came out.
It's possible. I only watched the movie once and didn't like it that much.
It's possible she was in the film. It's probable she'd like you to forget.
Yeah. The book was really good though.
Everybody.
Yeah, I like the book. It was
Yeah.
written by like a
Yeah.
kid, wasn't it?
Very young guy.
Yeah.
19 or
15.
something?
Yeah.
15.
15.
Really, yeah. But she was good. My favorite character was Stephanie.
That was best character, hands down.
I did appreciate that they foreshadowed the sharp stick. That was cool.
Yeah. I actually liked the little girl. I don't, except for the one thing you just brought up. That one scene was like,
It was like, let's have a creepy moment with a little girl.
Yeah.
How do we get to that?
but other than that, I
Stupid.
like. I don't. Sometimes they make small, younger children characters really obnoxious in horror
Wait a
movies.
second.
And I thought she was likable. I didn't like the brother who gets them all in trouble.
Do you guys remember when they specifically show the evil mom? She looks up, and then they cut to a scene of the cat in the vent, and you're like, "Oh shit, she's gonna murder the cat." They never show that.
Because
They
she
never-
doesn't murder the
It's-
cat. That was
yeah.
just a show. Because earlier,
She realized she could go through
guy-
that.
talked
I
about how his
know,
cat was in the
but
vents.
you don't show the cat unless it's gonna get killed at some point.
Chekhov's cat.
And they literally did, which is to me hilarious. It's like the filmmakers are like, "Yeah, child murder, that's fine, but cats? No, we can't do cats." I don't know why I
Cat.
turned into.
I mean,
Al Capone.
Josh, the cat
I was gonna say
is...
Jimmy.
Hoffa. No. Stewart, I mean.
Yes, thank you. The cat.
Everything you two just said is very stupid, and I want you to edit it out. No, the cat is both alive and dead because you cannot see it, Josh.
That is entirely true.
No, it was weird. I was pretty sure. I mean, it did foreshadow, in my mind, clearly that we were going to watch a cat get consumed or
Right?
something, but then it just kind of goes away.
They never show it.
I did like how at the end the monster is like a grafted amalgamation of all the people that it just killed.
Yes, I believe I fought that in Mass Effect.
It reminded me of Elden Ring a lot.
Yeah, again, we were talking about this after you left. The only issue I had with that was that it wasn't practical, that it was all CGI. And it reminded me of the remake of The Thing, where they had...
It wasn't that
Remember
bad.
the picture I put on the video? I don't know if you guys watched that far. but there was a side-by-side of the original practical effects versus the CGI.
Right, yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, practical effects don't age. CGI does. And
That was good CGI for what it's worth.
That's what I said. He disagreed.
I just don't like CGI blood. It's just got this really crappy
Anything
texture.
they could do practical, you'd think blood is kind
the
of the
easiest.
easiest one.
The elevator scene was practical blood. I
when
appreciate
it fills
that.
up with it.
When it fills up and when it
Yeah.
dumps out. Yep.
The super obvious Shining reference.
Yes.
Yep.
Or homage.
The homage.
Yes, it was an homage to the
Yeah,
Shining.
that was cool. Some of the gore scenes were cool.
The elevator scene in the beginning when what was the mother's name?
I cannot remember.
Anyway, when she was first infected, I believe that was a reference or homage to the original Evil Dead, the tree scene.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
When she's in the
When
elevator?
the cables.
Yeah, when the
Oh, yeah,
cables
absolutely,
shoot out. Okay.
absolutely.
Crucifying her.
They have a tree scene in every Evil Dead movie after Army of Darkness.
Just not like the first one.
What do you mean?
It's very graphic.
Oh,
first-
in the first one?
Yes.
The first one was graphic because of what it didn't show, what it implied.
I mean, it was pretty graphic in the
implication.
2016 one, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
It's pretty graphic.
Shotgun disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she just drops it, never picks it back up. Doesn't even go for it.
No. She, yeah, I don't know. It's not there in the elevator, and then she gets out, and suddenly she has a shotgun again.
Yeah.
Oh.
She had it on
Oh,
a
yeah.
strap on her back. Then she swims through all the blood, gets out of the elevator, doesn't have it on her. They take off running, and then the next scene, she has it in her hands again.
Yeah, it was weird.
Also, she had a bunch of empty shells that she fired.
Yes, that's what. See, this is what took 2 points off. and
This
ruined
is
the film
total
for me.
nitpicking, by the way.
She goes to get this shotgun. She picks up there's 4, 5, 6 shells on the ground, and they make an empty. They're hollow. They're empty
yeah.
shells.
Ding, 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 ding.
I actually brought shells. I figured the mics would be able to pick them up, so I didn't bring them. But I have them in the car. You can listen to them.
He's
Totally
a dangerous
different
man,
sound.
people.
Yeah. All right. So let's we need to come up with our own rating system here on this show. All
do,
the
but now
movies we
isn't the
talk
time.
about we think suck, but no,
Well,
I'm just kidding.
do you guys want to do
Actually, the
alphabetical or numbered?
1 through 5 stars.
I say 1 out of 10 or alphabetical.
6.
1 out of 10.
Okay.
C+.
Let's go from left to right. Jack,
I already went.
you just spouted nonsense.
So, I do think it's worth a watch. I don't think there's anything about it that should repel someone who's a fan of horror movies from not seeing it. I found it entertaining. It missed something that the 2016 remake had, for certain. I liked that one a lot more. And I don't know, it seemed like that one told more story in the same amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy seeing it. I would give it a 6 to 7 in that range.
Well, you got to stick on a number.
All right, 6.5.
Didn't I tell you? He
You
goes
did.
a little bit above
You did.
me.
You
Yep.
did. And so will I. So, I don't. It wasn't scary. It was fun. I laughed a lot.
Trying to cool myself down. Leave it alone.
I see. I had a good time. It was worth the $7. What can I say? I liked that there was a sort of an underlying motherhood theme. I don't know if you picked up on that. You wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's first in the beginning she's worried about how she's pregnant, and then throughout the film she deals with the kids and stuff and becomes more open to the idea of being a mother herself.
Well, and the demon keeps on referencing
Also, the demon's a bit
killing children.
bit mean.
Yeah. Good one.
Overall, I would say, yeah, go watch it. I would give it a 6.2.
I'm not sure that's a legitimate rating.
It is, because I said it.
You know, after thinking a lot about it, I feel like I gave it a higher rating last night because I was enjoying my time with you guys and just going out to the cinema.
I will say I was really surprised with the number I heard from you last night.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Well, I can tell you on air after I give my opinion of it, but I will say that it, to me, it just like I said at the very beginning, there's a difference between camp and cheese, and it had too much cheese. And I felt like it just, I don't know. And as weird as this sounds, it wasn't really scary to me. Like it was a lot of like,
Almost actiony.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to describe
You were 32 years old. Did you expect it to be scary?
You don't see movies that are scary. Shut up, let me answer my Oh, great. Now I said it.
I didn't even notice.
Well, I did.
I don't tend to get like terrified during
I
movies,
did
but
get some
like
shivers near the beginning before it went all actiony.
right, yeah.
Anyways, I think I'd probably give it a 5.5. That'd be my rating. I think it's right in the middle. I think it does a serviceable job as a horror film. I don't feel like it's gonna win any horror movie awards. It's got way more cheese, in my opinion, than the 2016 remake did. I don't know. I think it just... I was expecting a lot more out of it.
What will be.
Well, anyways, guys, with that, we got to wrap up.
I wanted to talk about
I
Shrek.
have more thought. So remember last
I
night you were
saw
like, how
Shrek.
did Bridget get infected?
Lord Farquaad.
You were like, Bridget never got. She
Lord
never got bit. But the thing
Farquaad.
is, the mother had that.
Smash Mouth.
That.
All Star.